Hi. 1 second, I have to make sure the mics aren't doing anything weird. I noticed there was a lot of hum in the last video. Anyway, I think we're okay. Um, so, it is Tuesday, January 17th, 6:05, and we're about to start a quasi-extreme programming session. Yesterday we did Audacity, which is an audio editor that I help write. And today we're going to jump back to the iPhone stuff. And we're still working in the audio, we're still working on a specific audio problem. And I don't remember, so I'm going to play with the app now to try and remember. But I made the note here. Look into muting the mic when output. Yeah, this is kind of a tricky one. I don't know if I can solve this, but we're going to just play around with it for a little bit to see where we get. We have to see why output is muted when in non-offset state. Okay, so I'll show you what now I'm starting to remember. Yeah, so whenever we talk, we create these white objects, right? And they won't make sounds until they hit some of the small gates. They'll turn to a yellow and green bar, and then they will proceed to make sound. So that's a green one. When it collides with certain objects, it'll make sound. And unfortunately, I don't think that's... I should be sending them down. Yeah, hold on. Okay, so now I'm sending the object southbound towards the bottom. So, yeah. There was actually steady output there, but I think that's because I'm covering the mic with my thumb. Yeah. So this pretty much works while I'm... and you notice while I'm talking, there's not going to be any sound output. If I keep talking like this, there's not going to be any sound put at all because the output will mute itself.
Yeah.
But if I pause and there's a sound event that happens...
Yeah, hold on.
Actually, today it might be working. Nope, there was an event that should have sounded and didn't. Yeah, but anyway, it looks like there's a lot of times where it should be sounding and it doesn't. And we gotta debug this in detail. I gotta double check what I just said is true. First I'm gonna jump over to the code to refresh my brains. So I mean, this is just a specific problem of having a device with the mic and the speaker right next to it. And Apple's default behavior will not let you use those combinations. They'll switch the output to the speaker on the other side, which is much softer, unfortunately. So what am I looking at? Filter input manager, so top left. Yeah, so now when we have onset, and that means when you speak into the mic, we are setting a mute value to false. Is that? No. This is when you have a offset, a release. When you have some voice being captured and they stop speaking. Yeah. So then we set this to false. Yeah, so this is half of the coin. This will make it so, and I think it works. Anytime you're talking, there's not going to be any output. And the other one is, the other set mute needs to be called in update or something, or write to buffer. The reason for that is that if we have sounds that are playing back, we don't want them to trigger the mic, which will in turn cut off the sound. Does that make sense? Yeah. So this is a bit of a hack, but I'm going to try this right here. And this gets called in the audio callback, so there might be some thread issues. I'm not sure because this is... Yeah, there probably will be thread issues. Sometimes there are a couple cases where you can get away with, you can write some code that does involve a mutex. And they're usually for one-time flags. Like somewhere in one thread you set a null pointer to a non-null pointer. Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to... It's been a while since I wrote that code. It was in an FFmpeg indexing thing. Anyway. This isn't one of those cases, and we are going to just, for now, not really care and set the mute to false here. Wait. No. This is a special case. We're dealing with both input and output, and this filter audio mixer handles the output. When we're outputting, we don't take input. That's the basic idea. So that means here, oh, maybe we do check it. Yeah, I think we do check it. I vaguely recall writing some code here that would look at that. So this is the thing that, yep, here you go. This is when we're not tracking a sound, right? Onset state is 0, so we don't have onset. And anytime there is a sound count, and let me make sure sound count is, yeah, looks good, playlist.size. Anytime there is a sound count, then you want to do your thing and make sure you don't analyze the input, you don't do anything with it. But that's not exactly right. I see what's going on. Okay. This is not what we want to do exactly. Well, it is what we want to do. We have to mark the flag for this particular buffer that's been processed. We're just ignoring it completely, so where is that? Analyzing minus minus happens here, so never mind, I take that back. But do we do anything else with it, like another analyzing minus minus or something? No, I can't see anything like that. Alright. I mean, there's a lot of comments, but this code is actually pretty short. So, I don't know, this should disable the input whenever we have output going. Okay, I'm gonna run the debugger and see what's actually going on. Because you see we have on this guy right here we have we output just a debug label for onset and offset. So just look at that and analyze when there's sound being taken in and when there's sound being put out. We only have to look at when the sound is being put out actually. And the reason for that is because when the sound is being taken in, you'll see the debug statements. Actually, for output, we also print that to the log. So we can just completely look at the log to see. We'll have to look at the screen to see when the event should happen and when it shouldn't, because the sound output happens on collisions. Whoa, why is it running on iPad simulator? That's not what I want. I mean, yeah, it's not. I haven't run on the iPhone simulator. Oh, it looks like it's just getting started. That simulator is a lot slower than the device, which is not surprising, but so somehow, oh yeah, no, I have a hard disk plugged in because I was doing Audacity. So pardon me while I eject my hard disk. Oh, it looks like it's already ejected. So take this guy, put him on the ground. Take the iPhone, plug it in. There we go. Alright. Let's see what we got now. Ready to debug this. You know what? I don't have any water, and that's a recipe for disaster. If you watch any zombie movie or deserted island movie, when they do the dig out, they have to have, what's that called? Maybe it's a dig out bag. But yeah, I've got my Google open source water container. This is the best swag I've ever gotten. Anyway, the debugging has commenced. So I'm going to send them southbound so they have a chance to live a little bit longer. And we'll see what happens. I'm going to pull up the debugger now so you can see the output. Command Shift
Chance to live a little bit longer.
Okay, so the bottom one is an echo filter. So that's why you hear that sound, right? And if you look like right here, there's onset and offset pairs. Unfortunately, onset's capital and offset is called note release, not capital, so it's a little hard to see. But for the most part, you get stuff. So I'm going to shut up now, and there should be actually sounds at output.
You can see the. I'm going to send them south. This is the best swag I've ever got.
Unfortunately, when they get to the top, that top thing is like an exit gate.
Right here.
When object hits it, it just disappears without making sound.
Pairs. Unfortunately, onset's capital and offset, so that's why you hear that sound, right?
Okay, unfortunately that was triggering mic input. Which is bad because we're going to get feedback. At some point we'll get feedback.